Alrighty, so the new final boss Gloxinia and Drole is here. It's not actually new, sorry, it's just a rerun. I don't know why I said new, but it's new to this update. But either way, it is getting reran, and there's a challenge difficulty added. And so if you're wanting to get some decent points, we're going to be trying to do that during this video. I did a couple of runs on stream, and I got a 7K score. And I really couldn't figure out why I got the score that I did, but I've watched a couple of guides. Shout out Marilli for his guide because he uploaded it pretty much as soon as Global got their update. Definitely nice that the JP players can kind of schedule it as soon as the update drops on Global. But either way, we're doing it a little bit ahead or after the update comes out, of course. But yeah, this is the team that you're going to kind of want to be using for big score. I did see a lot of players on JP using Roxy instead of King because explosion damage is the big key here, which is very odd because explosion is kind of a weird skill that doesn't really even get used anymore. But the whole premise here is that we're basically just going to use Kizuna for buffing, and then we can rank up and hopefully go into phase 2 with a good amount of explosion damage, so that way we can just kind of blow through it, and then if it's good enough, we'll get a really good score. So we have attack food on, we have Oath of Combat with no food, so that way we can actually use it, and then we're just going to be relying on not using ults, clearing within 7 turns, not using the 1 Escanar. Pretty standard stuff. We have Death Pierce in the back, so hopefully we get more crits, more damage, because obviously explosion scales off of the amount of damage that you deal. So we'll see how lucky I can get in a run here. Ideally, at least in Marilli's video, I'll leave a link to his video down below, he had double explosion cards, which it looks like we also have. He said that if you want to go into phase 2 with at least 2 silver cards, then that would be ideal. But we're basically just going to rank up on Kizuna first turn, use her attack skill so that way it ranks up her buff. Go ahead and use the level 3 buff here so that way we gain debuff immunity and everything. Using these buff skills and everything is actually really nice because it just gives you a lot of extra score. The one thing that you really don't have to worry about is these missions, like clearing with 70% more HP. Like if you can finish any of these, it'll obviously attribute to your score, but most of your score points are going to be coming from the actual explosion skills being used themselves. So do be aware of that. I would really like to get a rank up skill if possible, so we're gonna go for the debuff here into the double king attack, try to clear a little bit of hand space, and then we'll see how that goes. We should actually kill here. I guess it just depends on our card draw. If we can get a rank up, we should be in a really good spot, but we might not get like a crazy high score. Rank up, please. Oh, so good. Okay, so we are now going to rank up King. We're going to attack like this. If they survive, I don't know. I have him on attack crit right now. That might be a mistake because he does additional damage if they have debuffs on. So this being a gold card, ooh, they survive just enough, which is really good for us because if they survive and then they take the explosion damage, that's what's actually going to be giving you the score here. I don't know if we're going to be able to, get the, we're definitely not going to be able to get the 70% here, but they died from the explosion damage, which should be really good. We'll see what kind of score we get. This should be a pretty good one from my understanding. 9,699 points. Actually, not too bad. Marilli got a 12K score, which is really impressive, actually. I don't think anybody on Global has hit 12K just yet, but then again, I've been trying this for roughly like 30 minutes or so, so there possibly could be people with a score that high at this point. Yeah, okay, so there's definitely a couple of scores that high, but either way, I'm ranked 35 at the moment. That's obviously not anything too crazy because the update's only been out for like an hour and a half, but 9K score, that should be more than enough to kind of secure you into top 5% rewards and everything, I would imagine, because I don't know, it's kind of a weird strat. I don't know, maybe there will be a lot of people that actually have this team because Kizuna was given out for free originally, and there was an event that they did not too long ago where you could actually get Gother for free. And then these two characters are actually just really old units that got put into a lot of banners, but obviously if you were a newer player, you might not have some of these characters. Kizuna is a collab character, of course. Gother is kind of a seasonal character, so if you weren't around when they gave him out for free, apologies for that. But he's currently on the Ludociel banner. Not that I would recommend you summon just for that. Yeah, King and Death Pierce aren't really super available nowadays. So if you haven't been playing for a decent while, you might not have these characters, but kind of just is what it is. Let me put together a little farming team for you guys, and then we will end it off. Alrighty, so there is a reason why one of the Oath of Combats is to not use the one ultimate, and it's because he is absolutely ridiculous at this game mode. So we're just going to try to grab as much attack as we can, and then we are going to AoE here. I don't necessarily know if he's going to like one-shot turn 1 or anything like that, like anything super crazy, but I know that he's really strong. So we're going to try our best here and see if we can kind of fast clear this for easy farming. I don't know, maybe the single target would have been better there, but I think we'll be okay. We did pull another AoE here. We've got Arthur on the team who's boosting just damage dealt and reduces damage taken, like PvE god. And then Kizuna, of course, is doing the exact same thing that she was in the first place. So we'll just do something like this. Not exactly sure who we should necessarily go for in phase 2, but if we can pull an extra one of these single target cards for Escanor, that could be very, very nice. If you haven't already seen Nagato did a video on this originally when it came out, and he did just like a solo Escanor team, and it completely, he literally put it on auto, and Escanor was able to beat the entire game mode by himself. So obviously he's a very good unit for this. We're just throwing extra support on the team to make it even better. So yeah, not too hard. Obviously, if you've been playing the game since Escanor came out, hopefully you have him, because he was a very important unit at the time of his release. And yeah, very quick clears, very fast. Probably didn't even use the team as efficiently as I probably could have there. But yeah, you can see it's not very hard, even on challenge difficulty. Surprisingly easy for a final boss. But that is basically it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe and all that good stuff if you have not already. And I will see you guys in the next one.